As a child, Garou was unpopular and a social outcast, and as he grew up, he began to resent the heroes and villains. So much so that he decided to take things into his own hands and personally adopt the name Hero Hunter, which means he went around murking powerful heroes left and right. Not just murking, but he jumped a group of heroes who were trying to jump him. As you all know, I'll be counting Garou's victims and ranking him on the menace tier list. This is Garou, a sweet and innocent boy who's just enjoying a book. A group of kids were playing in the park in front of him. He then noticed that one of them were getting karate kicked in the face. So like the good civilian he is, he stands up and says, "Guys, that's dangerous!" "Eh? Who the hell are you?"
Must be some side character.
Oh well, loser. How about you be the villain instead? The kid who played hero tried to kick Garou, but Garou stepped out of the way like, you okay there? What was that? A kick?" Dude gets up embarrassed like, "Did you just dodge my attack? Minions, hold him down so I can teach this villain a lesson." "Wait, no! Justice, kick!" The next day, Garou shows up to school trying to get his ones back with this hero kid. It's a very respectable and honorable thing to do, but this hero kid is like, "Heh, you're a villain. I don't need to fight you fairly."
Also, we were just playing. No need to get angry, Garou.
"Heh, that's right, villain. We were just playing. Minions, beat his ass." These guys swarm him once again and Garou gets beaten to a pulp. This traumatized Garou and left him with a deep scar. He even tried reaching out to his teachers, who for some reason looks like a black duck. But his teacher, like every school teacher, dismisses the bullying and accuses Garou of making things up. Alright, now our boy Garou has 3 reasons to start his villain arc. He developed an obsession with the opposing side and decided to become the strongest monster and never lose. So he went up to the mountains and found an old Chinese man named Mr. Miyagi, or was it Bang? I don't really remember. Garou barged into the dojo like, "Oh man, teach me how to fight!" But this scary ass guy who's built like a toe appears and makes Garou pass out. So over the years, Garou begins training under this old man. He was so talented that after growing from a minor to a super minor, he decided to beat everyone up in the dojo and then completely disappear.
Let me begin by thanking all of you.
The Heroes Association are recruiting criminals now, cause that's how desperate they become after getting news of an upcoming god-level threat monster.
Thank you, hooligans, for showing up to help us take on monsters.
Did this guy just call us hooligans?
What? Oh, hell nah.
Let's kill him. Settle down, settle down. I have A-class heroes here to defend me from you inbred looking goons. These heroes here are pretty annoyed having to accept criminals into the organization. But what can they do? They are that down bad. The announcer tries to calm everyone down and start the meeting, but a femboy suddenly asks if Saitama is here, which is the main character. So after realizing his man isn't here, the femboy leaves. The announcer tries to get another word out, but another guy interrupts him. This time, it's freaking Garou who's laughing and saying, "Oh, y'all wrote a whole essay about me? Haha, I must be the god-level threat that everyone's gathered here for. Too bad this isn't enough to take me down." "Huh? Who the hell are you?" "Who am I? I'm Garou, the hero hunter." Just call me Garou the booty warrior though. These guys try to dismiss and attack Garou, but Garou grabs one of their necks and strangles them. Another one comes in, but Garou weaves in and turns his arm into an abstract art before saying, "Sit down, weakling," then puts this man into a coma. All the criminals are cheering, thinking that Garou is with them. As one of the heroes looks sick of everything, Garou lets these hooligans know where he stands by saying, "You guys are on the human side, while I'm on the monster side."
Yeah, a hero who calls himself a monster? What a load of bull.
Take my special move, Ultra Mega Clap. Bro sends a blast at the hero hunter, but gets his entire arm ripped off by Garou, and then sent flying into a wall. The announcer peeks out and sees his menace Garou standing over 100 corpses. He leaves while saying, "Get that booty ready for when I return." Till next time, Garou actually jumps a hero called Tank Top Vegetarian, which will be super important for this next part. As we all know, Garou used to be a disciple of Silverfangs, a S-class hero, which here's another one of his disciples called Charanko, who unlike Garou is an absolute weakling. After getting laughed at and flamed by the entire main character's gang, he walks out into the night alone, realizing that Silverfang beat him up just so he could push him away to avoid contact with Garou. But surprisingly, Garou is right there, interacting with the strongest hero to ever exist, Moomin Rider, Class C, Rank 1. "Hey, how's it going, buddy?"
It's time to violate some cheeks!
"What? Hey, yo!" "Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna shove this hand up your no-no zone and grab." Luckily, before Garou could finish that inappropriate sentence, the guy who he messed up, Tank Top Vegetarian, is here to get his ones back. But Garou just punches him in the face before saying, "I left you alive, but I didn't know you wanted to die so badly. But thank you for bringing more caked up prey to me." But as he's about to dig in, he gets decked and set rolling back. Turns out that it's a S-class hero, Tank Top Master. Before we cover this, let me explain the One Punch Man world real quick. C-class is the lowest for heroes, B is alright, A is one of the strongest, while S-class is literally the strongest guys, and there's only like of them in the world. So right now, Garou is facing an S-class hero, but he's so damn delusional that he gets freaking excited and prepares to unlock his dormant mental patient energy. Tank Top Master though loads up a big ass attack and smashes the ground like Hulk before sprinting at Garou and quote unquote tackling him. Garou gets absolutely annihilated. Actually, he just lands back down like a menace. Garou gets up grinning like he's about to mess shit up. Tank Top Master begins feeling fear as he feels like this man Garou might literally be a monster. After spitting blood, Tank Top Master tries to finish Garou then and there, but the strongest hero, Moomin Rider, rushes in and gets punched in the face. He gets up like, "You're a hero! You're better than this man!" What? That bastard attacked us. Enough. Keep your mouth shut in front of Moomin Rider. Also, he's right. I didn't become a hero to beat on innocent civilians. Listen up. Let this be a lesson to never be a goofy again. Ugh. Alright. I'll believe you. I'm sorry for being a goofy. Like hell, I'm going to mess all of your shit up. Tank Top Master was expecting that, so he tries to kill Garou on the spot. But instead of dying, Garou counters him instantly. Turns out that this man has finally stopped holding back, so we can expect some crazy fades. Garou begins turning this man into mashed potatoes before finishing him by crushing him against the wall so hard that even his homies felt the whooping. Tank Top Master falls to his knees and Garou begins asking for the gawk gawk and then says, "Stay down, hero. I'm gonna make you watch me violate your henchmen." As Garou is about to commit what Griffith did on Casca, the strongest hero comes crashing in but gets smashed into the freaking ground. Tank Top Master tries to avenge Moomin Rider but gets backhanded, which puts him to sleep. Look at all these caked up mofos. I'm really gonna enjoy this. Garou digs into the bakery by instantly slaughtering like 10 guys in mere seconds. The other guy tries to attack him but Garou dodges him and jumps off the wall before WWE smashing his ass. Tronco here tries to be the main character and comes in like, "Garou, your reign of terror is over." You heard about what happened to the greatest hero, Moomin Rider?
What? No way. He defeated an Omni-class hero?
Yeah, I even heard the Tank Top gang were molested.
Oh, what?
I don't feel like getting molested.
Come on, guys. Stop being some... He's probably not even that strong.
Bruh, he beat an A-class hero.
Oh, come on. He's not even a monster. We can capture him.
Bro, that guy knows Aikido.
Yeah, I also know a bit of Aikido myself. If someone comes at you like this, just slap his hand away. If like this, my fat ass would just dodge and counter. If he comes from above, I would just...
The main character Saitama comes here to visit these two cripples. After asking who they got beaten up by, these guys begin glazing Garou.
They're sophisticated martial arts techniques.
Who's this guy that butted into our conversation?
What? It's the S-class hero Tank Top Master. Oh, right. He was in the newspaper. It said he got the worst ass beating of all. At least say I put up the best fight. Damn. I can't believe I got violated by a punk like him. It was all cause of his martial arts. Martial arts? Well, here's a banana. Okay. In turn, tell me where this monster guy might be. So the main character is now on Garou's tail. Yes, this bald guy is the main character. Surprise, surprise, it's not Garou. But as the kid was sitting in the park reading a book, Garou appears and asks about the book.
This guy's king. He's a S-class hero. This is his lightning guy. He kinda sucks, but I got his autograph anyways.
Haha. Oh, you did? I want his autograph too. Actually, I want his cheeks.
What?
What?
So you're into heroes too, mister?
Yeah. Say, that book is super cool, man. Can I borrow it for a week? I'm never returning it.
Oh, hell nah. Stop being a brokey and just go buy one.
Bro, monsters. I love monsters.
What? But they are so ugly and gross.
Monsters! I love monsters. So cool, monsters. So after this weird-ass interaction, Garou heads off to find some heroes to commit abrogator assault on.
You're the Class A hero Golden Ball, right? I'd like a word with you. Outside.
These two guys head off to the alleyway to get up to some suspicious activities. Oh, I had a lot of people try to challenge me over the years, man. Maybe you should relax. Garou tries to respond, but he turns back just to see an attack heading towards him, which he narrowly dodges. Bastard! That was some cheap shit. Nah, I've heard about you beating up my boys at the hero organization. You wanted a fade, right? Well, here it is. You send some balls at Garou, but Garou easily dodges it. He realizes that Garou is him, so he tries to perform a trick shot on Garou. Garou sprints forward but gets hit in the calf. Now do you realize how amazing heroes are? Heh, nah, you got pretty unlucky, cause that was the only chance you were gonna get to finish me off. Well, I got a lot more balls to funnel with. Funnel Balls uses the ultimate killer move, which sends hella balls bouncing around Garou, which Garou just tap dances and dodges it with ease. The crappy motion blur probably helped him. Garou now has his Ultra Instincts on, so Funnel Balls tries to hit his last trick shot and fires at Garou, but Garou just slaps it out of the way. Garou begins playing with his balls before kicking the last one to the side. As Garou prepares to beat his ass, a guy appears and flies at Garou, trying to cut him down. Garou dodges it and lands back. Turns out, it's this fancy guy who, I guess, came here to get his ass beat in style. I didn't see you at our date, so I got worried. Garou somehow instantly knows who this side character is for some reason, but the hero also knows who Garou is. It seems like Garou has made a name for himself and is now being known as the hero hunter. Hey bro, he's injured, so we gotta jump him.
Oh, I see. He's cocked.
Garou tries to roast this sword guy, but dude says, "Tally ho!" before going berserk. He begins spamming slashes until Garou jumps up and tries to avoid it. But dude was planning for that the whole time and tries to use his ultimate attack on Garou. But Garou, like the badass he is, just takes the blow head on and slaps his ass into another dimension. He gets sent flying back to his partner, in which Garou prepares to annihilate them.
You about to beat us, but at least we managed to hurt you.
Haha, buddy. This is just my first phase. Just wait. So these two guys pretty much just disappear from the anime. I'm guessing that they got violated that badly.
So, the Hero Association makes lots of money, right?
Not true. Don't talk nonsense, my dear. People like me who fight evil on the front lines must take every chance we get to relax if we're going to do our best.
Relax, huh?
Do you need to relax every day?
Yes, I do. Maybe next time I'll bring a my mask along.
What? Are you serious? I'm like his biggest fan.
I'll introduce you for a kiss on the cheek.
I don't know, that seems kind of fishy.
You really, really mean it.
Garou shows up and suddenly says, "For a kiss? Here you go, buddy." After giving that man the most devastating kiss known to mankind, he walks off into the red light district, complaining. A bald guy appears and says, "Oh, finally, I've looked all day." Garou turns back to see a guy whose face he can draw in under 20 seconds. Who the hell is this guy? Some sort of wannabe hero? Garou decides to humble this man by sending a hard karate chop into this bald guy's shoulder. Surprisingly, this bald guy is completely unfazed and says, "Are you some sort of thug trying to rob me?" This got Garou shitting himself as this bald guy lifts his hand up and karate chops his ass into the shadow realm. Garou then passes out completely. He later wakes up on a pile of garbage like an ordinary bum. Garou later meets up with that one kid again. Look, it's Watchdog Man. Isn't he cute? That's a man in a furry suit. Actually, I'd still clap. I would too. As these two walk, the monster siren begins going off. Garou sends this kid home and grins like a maniac.
In regards to last night's attack on Director Zaymate,
A few hero executives begin discussing last night's attacks on one of their members. They instantly know who it is and begin discussing how to deal with this rising hero hunter, Garou. The guys who run the Hero Association begin calling and hitting up all the S-Class heroes, all because of one man. They called King, but he was too busy fighting a big battle at home. But at least Metal Bat here accepted. "Thank you for coming out to protect us. Me and my son here wanted to try some peasant food."
Look, Papa. Poor people pudding.
Oh, how amusing. Everything's so cheap that even if I bought the entire restaurant, it would still be peasant change.
Metal Bat is like, "What the hell? How did I end up with these idiots?" Metal Bat ends up having to babysit these two. He begins losing his cool. Luckily, before he does, his sister calls. But after he returned to the rich blokes, he rushes out to find these ugly ass monsters who capture the executive's kid. They try to flee with the kid, but Metal Bat transforms into a delinquent and instantly turns the bug monsters into mashed potatoes.
Did you see that, Papa? Oh, well, let me take a picture.
Metal Bat tries to get them to take the situation seriously, but suddenly a bug begins talking.
You'll really be my ass, barely. You think you're all of that? There you're at the top. I was also like that one time. That was until I met.
A colossal centipede bursts out of the ground and sends Metal Bat and the two flying out of the building. Before anyone could get themselves together, the executive and the kid pass out from the poison emitting from some sewer monster. Metal Bat is messing up this flower monster, but as he goes for the finish, he begins getting jumped. He then manages to escape and asks why they even want a pair of sleeping idiots. As Metal Bat is being affected by this horrible musk, Centipede Dude slithers over to him and begins comboing him. He flies back, but without a moment, he gets launched by the centipede before getting comboed into another dimension. But suddenly, Metal Bat hits himself, probably mad that these weaklings couldn't even knock him out. The centipede tries to hit him, but Metal Bat just destroys his arm in an instant. Metal Bat then goes on to crush his plant guy and turns the centipede into dust. He walks off like a badass and is relieved that these two idiots are fine. A few more idiots appear as backup for Metal Bat, but the entire fight is already over. But as I say this, the ground begins breaking and a giant centipede emerges. It's freaking massive, like it's bigger than the entire city. Metal Bat tells the side characters to run away as he tries to face off against this giant centipede. But as he tries to hit it, all he gets is the recoil back due to how hard the shell is. Centipede dude just smacks him out of the way and into a building. The centipede heads off to capture the two idiots, while Metal Bat here is trying to figure out how to deal a killing blow to this giant centipede. He jumps on the centipede and runs across it like a badass. These side characters are about to get messed up, but they suddenly see Metal Bat preparing to send this giant monster to hell. Metal Bat unleashes like a million blows, but it doesn't even do anything. It only makes the giant centipede angrier. The city is in chaos and everyone is running, but one crazy man appears who's heading towards the rampage. It's Garou. And here comes Metal Bat, who looks like he just got the worst fate in all of mankind. Garou is pissed that a monster killed Metal Bat, but Metal Bat suddenly walks past him nonchalantly, as if he just woke up from a nap. What the hell? You're alive? Huh? Garou gets freaking hard as he's about to catch his man Metal Bat lacking. Hey man, I'm the one who's about to run your fade. What? Who the hell are you? Some side character? Before Metal Bat can finish, Garou tries to finger him. Metal Bat blocks it and sends him back, and realizes that Garou is the infamous hero hunter. Metal Bat gets smacked away by Garou, but tries to dash back, only to get hit by like a 10-piece combo, which actually didn't do much. Garou avoids his attack and asks why this man is still standing after the immense ass whooping he received, in which Metal Bat tries to kill him, but Garou dodges each one and counters him. Metal Bat takes all of it before going Super Saiyan and spamming the same move over and over. Garou realizes that bro is on X Games mode, as this man Metal Bat is only gonna get stronger. They continue throwing him down, in which Garou avoids his last shot and lands on the fence. How the hell are you getting stronger? I thought you were gonna die in a second. My father once said, dying is for... Garou gets pissed and jumps onto the ground, then kicks a manhole lid towards Metal Bat. Dude hits it, but Garou begins trying to finger him. Luckily, Metal Bat blocks each blow with his face. He tries to hit Garou, but Garou just dodges it and slaps him. Garou disrespects him even more by dodging each attack and clowning him, but Metal Bat continues to swing like an idiot. He suddenly uses the ultimate move where he just spins like a Beyblade, in which Garou just steps back and Akito's bros move into oblivion, before sending him onto his ass. Man, these S-class heroes are weak as hell. Garou notices that his hands are trembling just from blocking Metal Bat's blows.
I'd have been in trouble.
Big brother!
Bro's little sister shows up, which distracts Metal Bat from killing Garou. Garou slaps his ass and prepares to violate him, but Bro's little sister gets in the way and defends him. Surprisingly, Garou here isn't into minors, so he scratches his head and walks off. Metal Bat's little sister tries to get him home, but Metal Bat still wants to throw down with the monsters. His little sister suddenly karate chops him, and it's surprisingly effective as Bro instantly dies on the spot.
So that's the hero hunter.
As Garou walks off, he doesn't realize that there's monsters who have a huge crush on him. One of them sneaks away and out of the sewers to meet him personally.
Little Bat's younger sister. Never can have enough hostages.
What the hell did he just say?
Hey.
What?
So y'all the ones who've been watching me? Yo, relax. We're not trying to fight. Here's a love letter for you. Garou ends up realizing that these guys are gay and ends up rejecting them. After this weird interaction, Garou goes to this furry to get rid of it, but some monsters suddenly interrupt him. This furry quickly runs their fate, which makes Garou realize that he's not losing to no damn furry. Garou tries to hit him, but Furry Man just dodges it. The furry tries to sniff Garou, which makes him angry. Garou tries to combo him, but the furry is just playing patty cakes with his hands, before smacking his ass and comboing him. Garou realizes that he might be cooked as his furry goes to molest him. It's so bad that it can't even be shown on YouTube. But we cut to a bald guy and Chad hanging out. Bald guy here is doubting himself, doubting that he's actually a hero. Chad here gives him that talk no jutsu and that "you're better than this" pep talk, which causes bald guy to finally get a sense of who he is. As bald guy and Chad here begin arguing, Garou shows up. He's actually severely injured. Not only injured, but also traumatized from being brutally touched by a furry. He suddenly spots Chad, who is actually King, the S-class hero. He decides to run his fade even in his beat up state, but as he rushes towards King, he gets kicked into a brick wall. Who was that? I don't know. Really? It's bad enough we have monsters to deal with, but now we have to deal with villains? Garou wakes up after being put into a coma. He tries to leave the scene but encounters another hero, in which he hides from, cause he's done catching phase for the day. Garou doesn't realize that he's actually been noticed.
Somebody's in our secret base?
It's this kid Tario who's being told to shoot whoever is in a little hideout away. Garou is actually the one in the miner's hideout, and he's severely injured. Not only that, he's also got an itty bitty cold. He suddenly notices someone and instantly gets up. Why are you here? Look!
I only came here to tell you to
Get your ass on! Garou recognizes the kid. They are homies, so they end up chilling together. Garou figures out that our boy Tario is being bullied by his fellow miners. He agrees to leave just so our boy Tario can live peacefully. These kids begin wondering if Tario got diddled, in which some heroes show up and tell the kids that there was a diddler in there. They're like, oh shh. Tario's in there! Garou is actually just teaching this kid how to give respect, but our boy Tario is downing his gangster. The heroes notice that the door is slightly open, so they prepare to light the entire place up. Garou instantly senses them and distracts the kid from being turned into Swiss cheese. Garou takes his book and begins doing his research. He pokes a hole in the wall and analyzes all of them. As he's thinking, there's gunshots. Get out here, hero hunter! Your validating days are over. Garou steps out to turn himself in, but suddenly he begins taunting them, but the leader knows that Garou is very injured. Garou suddenly jumps onto the roof and begins powering up like a maniac. A cowboy draws his gun and begins firing at him, but Garou dodges it like a monster before launching over to slaughter his ass. But a spear almost murks him, which he narrowly dodges. He manages to land successfully, but has to instantly tap dance to dodge these arrows. What? He dodged my not-so-secretive technique? Yeah, they legit put all your stuff in a book, bro. Some guys tried to throw some naughty beads at Garou. This distracts Garou and they begin jumping his ass. He tries to run away, but they surround him like an animal. Garou blocks a hit and they instantly try to sneak him. Luckily, he dodges this. Garou begins analyzing everything. After dodging Big Hammer Guy, Cowboy fires a shot. Garou manages to dodge, but poison arrows come flying down, which he manages to dodge. Garou notices a grunt and he tries to go after him, but he bounces away. And as Garou is distracted, he smacks Garou in the face and begins weaving Garou. He lets his homies surround him, and they prepare to brutally jump his ass. Garou is on his last leg, so he decides to use the most powerful move in all of existence, Shit Talk Jutsu. After his entire team got roasted, Bro counters with the I'm better than this jutsu. Garou is on the verge of falling over, but he's not gonna stop until he reaches the top. The jumping commences. Garou does his best to dodge. As these Power Rangers spam him with attacks, Garou suddenly gets hit with a flashback of him as a child. And whenever this happens, it means that shit is about to get serious. Garou returns to the real world, this time though with his inner demon. Frog Guy throws his chain and captures Garou, while his dapper partner throws a hammer towards Garou. But Garou activates his demon mode and deflects the ball towards the Frog Guy. No! Frog Guy! Garou manages to get his hands on the Frog Guy's weapon and cuts off Dapper Guy's balls. Cowboy tries to shoot Garou and turn this place into Chicago, but he's just chilling behind someone else's balls before sending the ball towards the Cowboy's face. The ball rebounds towards the team, but Power Ranger destroys it, but Garou suddenly appears to take his soul. These guys launch a volley of arrows, but Garou chains his man up before using him as a meat shield against the arrows. Garou blocks all the arrows and lets his side character throw rocks at him. Garou snatches all the rocks like nothing and launches it into the arrow guy, murking him instantly. Early Halloween guy comes running in and tries to gut Garou, but Garou uses his friend as a shield. Haha, just a few more to go. As these guys finally decide to kill Garou, Garou begins running away. Side character chases him, not realizing that he's being led to his doom. Garou runs towards the team before grabbing a vine or rope thing out of the ground to distract them, before kicking Diaper Man. As Garou taunts them, non-off-brand Machine Gun Kelly begins emptying his bullets. He begins tearing the whole place to thunder, but stops when Garou goes for his teammate's cheeks. Come here, boy. Gun Guy can't even get a shot because of his dumb teammate. Garou then begins committing battery on this fool. He beats Bro so bad that he ends up in a flashback. He tries to use the power of friendship on Garou, but forgets that he has 0 plot armor. Garou begins beating his face in like an alcoholic father. Early Halloween guy gets angry and goes in to save his homie. As he tries to hit Garou weaves his shit and decks his ass into the next dimension. Garou then suddenly brutally combos his ass even more, and that side character tries to get up and save Bro. Garou sends him into a tree. Both of these guys are now defeated, in which Garou is pretty tired, but non-off-brand Machine Gun Kelly prepares to unleash the nastiest attack. Garou suddenly says, "Hold up, there's a kid in there." Huh? Neither of us care, do we? Machine Gun Kelly puts on his Doom mask before unleashing a crazy Kamehameha. Garou tries his best to block each one and can see that Bro is completely locked in. Machine Gun Kelly calls bullshit when Garou is still standing and looks completely okay. Garou uses Talking Jutsu and prepares to violate this man, cause he knows that he blew his load early. Dude pulls out a knife and dashes towards Garou, but he gets his teeth knocked in and sent flying like Team Rocket. Tario emerges and sees Garou looking like an absolute menace. The kid runs off like a little girl, in which Garou rips the arrows out of his body. He looks like he's about to die, but shit. Another hero comes flying in, and it's Demon Tin Can this time. Genos, who's a freaking S-class hero.
Will be eliminated.
I almost forgot that this wasn't Dragon Ball Z, as these guys blitz around so fast I couldn't keep up. General misses a kick and continues to barrage Garou, but as he tries to use a blast, Garou uses a hostage. General just switches to beating his ass, but Garou kinda manages to dodge it, but gets hit multiple times. General and Garou begin trading before preparing to send his ass to heaven. Garou manages to block it and does a spinning kick into General's face, burying him. Garou tries to finish him, but General charges up a blast which nearly kills Garou. General gets up like a gangster and turns towards Garou. General and Garou are now in a face-off, in which Garou looks like he's about to run away, but he's actually harnessing his inner furry and begins jumping around like a lone wolf. He appears behind Generals and rips his arm off. He thinks that he has Generals, but Generals' arm actually has him. He gets grabbed by his neck before being blasted and pinned down to a tree. Garou begins thinking he must be a celebrity since he can't even get a break from these fangirls. But General suddenly calls him a nobody and prepares to end Garou, but Garou manages to save himself. He then gets up like a maniac and announces that he's the ultimate booty warrior, which General says, cap, before trying to blast Garou's head off, but some monsters burst out of the ground and come to rescue Garou. Garou is confused and turns back to find this flower thing, who says that they want to recruit Garou to the monster club. Garou just tells his ass to go away, but the monster is not taking no for an answer and tries to kidnap Garou, but suddenly sees that his buddies are being turned into ground beef by Genos. He then gets obliterated. Genos begins glazing his master while powering up a blast, but as he's about to blow, Garou's master comes in and decks him in the face. Garou gets put into a coma and the old man tells Genos to close his eyes unless he wants to see two men beating up a young man. Bang here spawns out of nowhere and turns this monster into an abstract art. Old man here has all the monsters shitting bricks and tells Silverfang that he's gonna handle the monsters while he can handle that bad boy over there. Silverfang walks up to Garou, the bad boy, like, "Hey, how you doing?" and begins turning our boy Garou into a piece of dough. Garou tries to fight back but gets countered. They begin trading blows like a Super Saiyan character. Genos is in the back like, damn, I'm in the wrong anime. Garou gets smacked and sent flying back. He tries to disable his elder but gets kneed in the jaw before being spun like a Beyblade. The violation here only gets worse as Silverfang comes flying in and wrecks the entire place. Dude begins pummeling and beating Garou, like he pulled the most devious lick on this old man, beating so bad that he begins regretting his life choices. Luckily though, Garou manages to blind him and escapes. He begins going furry mode and jumping around the trees. Silverfang is like, fuck, as if you couldn't disappoint me enough. Now you're a freaking furry? Garou here is freaking running on the ground like an animal. He tries to take a hostage, but another old man appears and kicks his ass away. Garou is completely screwed as the power of friendship is finally winning. Garou manages to get up, which shocks these two. Hey yo, how's he not dead? Man, I don't know. Maybe he did PB training. But little do these guys know, Garou is actually only using virgin energy. These guys once again begin brutally jumping our boy Garou. Garou contemplates his life choices, in which Silverfang kicks his ass and beats him into another flashback. After that long flashback, Garou returns to the real world, harder than ever. As these old men try to finish him off, Garou says nah, I'd win, and smashes the ground and begins going Super Saiyan. As things are about to go down, a monster bird appears and kidnaps Garou. The guys manage to land after the gust of wind. Genos tries to finish off Garou before it's too late, but this bird summons this colossal centipede from before, which protects Garou. This thing is so massive that it covers the entire city. If you guys want part 2, comment down. But we now have to ring Garou. Garou has to be the most delusional guy I've ever seen, and despite this last part, he's managed to completely bust open all the buns of pretty much all the characters he's fought. But despite all he's done, he's still not on the menace tier. I'm gonna put him a crackhead tier. Now, if you guys want me to cover Garou part 2, where he might actually be the #1 menace of all time, let me know in the comments. If you guys want to support the channel or just want to give yourself a 100 kg gripper, make sure you ignore this one and actually get this one instead. Okay, this is 60 kg, right? And it's actually, I don't recommend you guys get this. I recommend you guys get the 100 kg one, which is a lot better. Here's the products, and I'm gonna customize some of these and put it on the store, and you guys can check it out. If you like the design, make sure you get it. I hope you guys have an excellent day. Peace.